All right. Shalom Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Waharakakwaдаsh Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akiam, who's pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat out there listening. What I'd like to get into is, this whole betting scandal. That's, believe, who you see here on the screen, Mr. Chauncey Billups, ex-NBA player, pretty good too. Had a pretty successful career. You have Damian Jones, which they're gonna mention them in I think 34 people in total in the rest, and also Terry Rozier, a current NBA player who's done well for himself too. So here it is, man. Like Jake, Jake is just, has taken upon greed, man, and at a heavy expense. Only to destroy. It's like, to hell with this place, but you still got to survive here. Still got to do your day to day. Why would you do that? And just to destroy yourself, man. Jake, that greed, man, that greed is a mother, man. And the Lord, is doing this to show, man, that whole mindset. Like, look, do what you can do, get your daily bread, but you got to have integrity, man. It's crazy because you not having integrity. It's like you not having integrity can cause your livelihood, which you was already so-called winning in the society, man. When other multimillionaires, and I'll credit Shaq to what he says, like, bro, how much money y'all need, bro? Come on, bro. So some of y'all making $9 and $29 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you making millions upon millions. Some of y'all are millionaire 10 times over, a few times over, what have you. You have more than most. You're part of the 1% or 2% or whatever they want to rank you. And Jake, but that whole chasing the bag thing, yeah, the Lord has really spotlighted that and put an end to that. Because if you can think back a few years ago with the PPP loans, that got a lot of Jake caught up. And now this gambling scandal got Jake caught up. But it's very hypocritical of because, bro, why in the hell y'all running gambling ads at the same time? Or we can't have this and that, and so forth. But, bro, you running gambling ads. Okay? And if I'm not mistaken, Dick Gregory made a great point about this. He said, why do you think these sports shows exist? It gives you a heads up on who's playing, who's not, DNP, injury reserve, statistics, what they're going to hit for, on your parlays. But I'm going to let this excerpt of this clip play, and I'm going to get some scriptures.
Today, we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any.
Salakia, I don't know what happened right there, why it completely didn't go through. Probably glitched more than anything, but
today we are here in New York.
Salakia, I'm trying to let it play out so I could resume with the lesson. Salakia for that. Akiam and Akwath. There we go. Yeah, so, for those who don't know, look at, Baba Kushal, if you get a chance, go to, hell, turn on ESPN, Brothers Who Into Sports, hell, CNN, ABC News, but that whole scandal itself, is hypocritical. It's a lot of angles to look at this, because you ask yourself as well, what happened to the Epstein files, bro? Like, sports betting is nothing new. What's new is that Epstein list I will say that. But let me go ahead and get the scriptures pertaining to this lesson at hand. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, of course, this particular scripture is referring to those who are in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. But if you see Jake change up when that money come, they through. If it's not a change for like the embetterment of things, as far as, okay, let me be wise, with my coins, let me take care of potential debt. Let me pay this off, and move how you was moving when you couldn't move, if that makes sense. Move how you was moving when you couldn't move. Okay. When you had less than, you was still 10 toes down. Now that you got a little more, you should still be 10 toes down. But that was not the case for these gentlemen. Jay got greedy as hell, man. That whole chasing the bag, bro, will have your career in a bag, a body bag. Those guys' careers are dead. Now, granted, if they get, tried before in a court of law and they found not guilty, it is what it is. But who really cares? This is just because we see a lot of things at hand. You have your whole government shutdown, the SNAP issues, the state of emergency being called by particular governors, I think, from different states, because that's also going to affect the food banks. So it's very interesting how they have all this going, man, because the Lord is moving heavy, man. But at the same time, this is a time, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, stay locked in the spirit, because a lot of things are being called out in this society, man. This should be for Jake, who struggles with that whole money demon. This should be a great lesson. And I'm not referring to what I'm doing, but the lesson, for Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones. That should be a great lesson, man. You got a money issue, this and that, so forth. This should humble you. Like, man, be grateful for what you have. Yeah. And you in the, bro, Jake don't own shit in the NBA. Only nigga who owns something is Jordan, possibly. And that, that could be flaky dealing with E or Amalek, But let me reread verse 10 again. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, being that these men aren't in the truth that I know of, now they pierced with many sorrows. Now you got to go to the court when Chauncey could have been coaching a game. He's tied in with the mafia, so his charges like 4 crime families, my nigga. 4 crime families in New York. Like, bro, how are you this accomplished and getting to bed with these niggas? Unless it's extortion, because that's always been heavy in entertainment. Because people got to remember, sports and entertainment go hand in hand with one another, man. Okay. Because the mafia ran the music industry. The mafia ran the boxing, NBA, NFL. It's all a lot of funky shit. If they not running, they got their toes in the water. I could put it to like that. And some of them even a foot or even a calf. Because mobs have always, they showed you that through documentaries. They showed you with my man's Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, the Goodfellas and Casino. They showed you, how these crime families move, and that was very foolish on Chauncey Billups' behalf. And like, bro, y'all this accomplished and still making dumbass moves, bro. So yeah, now you got to stand before a court where you could have been on the road to your next game hooping, next game coaching or what have you. So hey, Jake only brought this on themselves, man. If y'all could bury me, Baba Kosha. This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. Now, some of these guys' upkeep, from my understanding, is heavy. So a lot of guys, when they retire from this life, a lot of them have to downsize, and then just lifestyle, and then taking care of other stuff. But it still should not have put you in a position where, like, bruh, nah, bro. Why would you? And if you so worried about taking care of your family and taking care of your lifestyle, you would make smarter decisions, bro. You would make smarter decisions, man. Okay. Because, of course, we don't know these men personally, but just knowing how the analytics and the inner workings of sports and entertainment, I say more, because they go hand in hand, but as far as like sports, especially these cats, like, bro, Chauncey Billups been in the NBA. He been associated with the NBA since in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken, late 90s. I think he was a 94, 95 pick, I think. Like, bro, you've been associated with the NBA for over more than 30 years. Got a ring. The guy might be a Hall of Famer, I'm not sure. Had a hell of a career. Making great money. Terry Rozier balling. And like, bro, and Jake put it all out on the line. But it further proves, no matter how high Jake gets in this world, you're still under the curses. Okay? You're still under the curses. Okay? You're still, you're still under the curses, man. Y'all could bury me, Baba Kusha. Believe I want to. Oh, bear with me, Baba Kusha. Let me see. What is the 7 and 10? Was Ecclesiastic? Okay. Oh, I was just there. Tripping. So, like, you bury me, Baba Kusha. I was just there. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Okay? And guess what? With that surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right? With Chauncey Billups' situation and him being involved with them, with those 4 Crown families, you don't think extortion was going on, bro? When in that arena with that whole thing, that's more than likely oppression. When you look that up in the NLT and you look this verse up, it says extortion right there. Extortion and oppression go hand in hand. It's synonymous. Okay? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Okay? It was a gift. You guys made it to the league because what? You were above average athletes. You had high enough of an IQ to excel. But hey, that money started coming in. Jake wanted more. Now you destroyed. But that's all I had on this lesson. And Abba Ratazah, this is edifying for the body. So once again, with that, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Waha Rakakodash Brakatham. And once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the select number Vakian pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth, and salutations to the select number of Vakwatata listeners. Shalom.